Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? My name's Deborah, and I'm here to give you my episode 15 review. You came from this past. Oh my goodness! I'm feeling so good about this episode. There was so much laughter and fun in this episode, unlike the last episode that came with a lot of tears and a lot of heartbreak. What with Sung-gi telling him to keep off her? No, with him telling Sung-gi to keep off her, and her telling him to keep off her, and all that and all that. But y'all get what I mean. Anyway, oh my goodness, I absolutely love this episode. It was so hilarious. Okay, let's talk about Professor Jang's. I loved the what's it called? The back and forth talk that he had with Sung-gi's mom when they were talking about their children quotes because Minjun is not his child, and they were arguing, and you could see that he was actually enjoying. And you could see that he was actually enjoying the whole thing and he was having fun with it. So it was like really, really cool. And he's the cutest person ever. I just love Lawyer Jang. He's so cute. And I'm like, go Abonim, even though he's not the father, but it was so cute. Next, another thing that I loved, but I have some questions about that, was that when Sung-gi woke up, she saw her dad next to her. And I love that it was Minjun that told her dad to stay with her. So I actually thought it was the mom due to my previous episodes that I watched, but we found out that it wasn't the mom. It was the dad that Minjun that told him to stay, and he stayed. I think he actually stopped that elevator just so they could talk. But anyway, he stopped the elevator and then they talked and he told him to stay and then he stayed. And then she woke up and she saw her dad. And I love how normally, typically, when you wake up to something like that in dramas, the girl starts shouting on the guy. She wasn't shouting on her dad. She was crying and so happy that he was there. She wasn't mad at him for leaving her or anything. She was just so overwhelmed with joy that she could finally see her dad, and her dad was finally there. But one thing I don't understand is this: the dad brought the chicken and the beer, which is hilarious, by the way, because we all know that's Sung-gi's favorite, to the hospital. And then he allowed her open it, and they even did combe with it, but he didn't allow her drink it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he should have allowed her drink it. I totally understand that she shouldn't drink when she's at the hospital and she's sick. But why even get it for her in the first place? That's my question. That kind of made no sense to me. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting to see. Another thing that I loved in this episode was when Minjun was having his jealousy fret or visions where he was imaginations rather, when he was having imaginations about Sung-gi and Hee-kyung when he heard the stuff from her mom about them getting engaged. Then he was just having the most hilarious imaginations ever. They were the most hilarious things ever. I just couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, oh my goodness, dude, you're so in love, it's not even funny. But yeah, I loved when he texted her, when he was texting her all that he felt, and then finally he was like, I miss you. I'm like, just text it to her. But it was really interesting and really nice how they used the text message to tell us what was in his mind, so we didn't need to listen to his mind. I loved how he went immediately to the hospital and then he tried to stop time. That scene was so hilarious, and he waited for her to put the password in, and then he tried to check what she was saying, or check he tried to delete the message when she finally put in the password. So that was really hilarious. Something that I loved about that scene was when she saw him, she didn't freak out, because normally when you see someone, she was actually waiting for him. So normally what I would have expected is she would freak out, but she acted all classy and she still had her pride, and she didn't just give way to him and act like, oh my goodness, my love is finally here, because she didn't know if he would go back to being the Do Min-jun that he was to her, being all bitchy and telling her he doesn't really love her, it's this girl from his past. So I love how she stuck through, even when he came, even though it was so cute when he came with the hot car, the awesome car to pick her up. Was it Lamborghini? To pick her up after shooing the guys away and paying the 3 times fee for SC. Oh my goodness. And then he picked her up and she was still keeping her class. Even when she went on scene, she told him to leave, that he was the one that rejected her, so he shouldn't come around and try to play with her emotions. I was so proud of her then. But I wanted him, I felt that was his opportunity to now fight for her, to show her that he actually really cares for her. So I was so proud of her at that moment. I'm like, yes, Seung-gi, I love you, even though I want you guys to be together, but he hurt you in ways that he shouldn't have, so he should fight for you right now if he really wants your love. So that was so cute. Another thing that I really didn't like was the reality of being a second lead. We were revealed to the reality, how they left Seung-gi there, and oh my goodness, I felt that was the beginning of me feeling actually a little bit bad for Semi, because all what Seung-gi is going through is now showing us a little bit of what Semi went through, so we can sympathize with her even if it's a little bit. And I feel that even though I don't like what she has turned to, and I want her to go back to who she was before Nice, even though it was pretending, but to become a really good person and a really nice person. But I actually felt she was being sincere when she said she wants Seung-gi to go to Hee-kyung, at least let one of them be happy. So I could understand where she was coming from. She just wanted the person she was in love with to be happy, even though I was so mad at her in episode 14 because she cared more about Hee-kyung being injured than Seung-gi, but that's kind of understandable. That's her love. So yeah, but yeah, that was really touching. Another thing that I loved was the fact that Hee-kyung has found out who Do Min-jun is, and he has found out the evil person his brother is, which brings me to my conspiracy theory. I think how this all started, you know how I've been saying the brother Ji-hyun killed his eldest brother? I think what happened was, after he killed his eldest brother, his wife must have figured it out. Hence, to hide the secret, he took her to this mad person's home and told everyone that she left him because he didn't want to kill her. Maybe he was too in love with her. And then Yura found out about it, and so he had to kill Yura after she did all that she did. And then now Seung-gi found out, and then Hee-kyung found out, and the cycle just keeps going on. So I think his brother is actually the first murder that he has actually committed, but I don't know. I'd like to see what happened. Let the writers reveal the secret in due time, but that's my conspiracy theory. So do you agree with me? But apart from that, oh my goodness, the ending when she was about to fall and he picked her up, that was so symbolic, because each time Seung-gi falls, he's always there to pick her up. Each time she wants to fall, he's always there to pick her up or to support her so she doesn't fall completely. Like right now, he's there for her and she hasn't fallen completely because she's still a second lead actress, but she's just not as popular as before. But he's gonna pick her back up and make her the great actress that she's gonna be again. So I love the whole symbolism, and when he like turned on the lights, I'm like, ah! Ever since Boys Over Flowers, I've been crazed about stuff like that, like showers of love like that, when you turn on lights and the girl just comes in from the darkness, and that's just so cool. But yeah, that was so cool. And then he like threw her in the air and he took her, brought her to him, and then he kissed her. That was so cute. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do myself. This episode was so good. I am so happy Hee-kyung has found out the secret, but I am so scared that his brother is gonna kill him now, as we all saw his brother wants to kill him now. So I pray he doesn't die. If anyone should die in this drama, it should be Jae-kyung and no one else. But I was so, when the detective was like talking about how his heart was telling him to believe Do Min-jun, I'm like, I ship you guys. It was the cutest thing ever. It was like he was confessing to his love, or about his love, or something like that. But I was so happy that they decided to listen to Do Min-jun, and you could see the prosecutor badly. It was like he wanted to believe Do Min-jun, and he actually really believed him to an extent, a great extent. And I was so happy when they finally invited Jae-kyung for the interview, but I just pray he doesn't turn it around in this weird way. But yeah, this episode was really, really good. It was really interesting how everything worked out. I loved it. I loved how it ended in a nice way. It didn't give us any bad ending. So obviously next week we're gonna get a lot of love, because it's Valentine's week too. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. I loved it. What did you all think? Tell me what you thought in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being the awesome, beautiful people you are. From me to you all, I love you all.
No, look at